Hey, what's good, y'all? This your boy, Dee-1. And right now, you kicking it with Nolazine, you heard me?
If you ain't on Nolazine, you ain't on.
Gotcha, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Shout out to you, because guess what? But you made the internet, I'm like, respond back to you. And you also do it in a positive manner way. Like, some people might think but you cloud chasing, but, I really know you. So I kind of know what what your aim is.
Yeah.
And it's like, people don't see like the behind the scenes stuff you do as well.
Nah.
Like the respectable things you do is like everybody think, everybody got an opinion.
Yeah.
If you know what opinions are like.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm here to give you flowers for staying relevant since day one you came out.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a minute. Like I'm a veteran in this. And it's cool because to some people on the internet, every day they finding out about D1. Like I saw Master P just posted me on his Instagram this morning, right? Posted a video of me rapping my new song, Gangsta, giving me love. So to a lot of his followers, they're like, oh, who is this new artist, D1? But then to people like you who know, it's like, man, D1 been around for like 15 years, doing his thing, relevant the whole time.
You was actually on BET?
Yeah, literally. When BET was a thing, it was on 106 in Park. And
you have a Manny Fresh beat.
I have a Manny Fresh beat, brother.
It's very rare to get.
I have a Manny Fresh beat, and we turned that into a hit song. The One That Got Away was all over the radio, killed it on YouTube, Yeah, bro, I got a journey that I'm proud of at this point. I got a journey that I'm proud of, and I'm more proud of my integrity than my success, because everybody could brag on their success. If you look at the wall behind me right now, you got a lot of people who done sold millions of records and hundreds of thousands of records and made a lot of money and all that stuff. And I can brag on statistics, if I wanted to as well. But I just find that people love bragging on statistics more than impact. And for me, it's about the impact, because a lot of people sold 1 million records, but they ain't changed no lives. Feel me? So when I think about the students who I've taught as a middle school teacher, when I think about the college students that I'm their professor, when I think about the people that my music has raised them and blessed them to want to get back in church or want to go get baptized. A dude stopped me on the street yesterday in the Ninth Ward talking about, man, bro, meeting you out here on this street, this just as powerful as the day I got married. He was like, this up there for me. That's what this means, because of how much my music meant to him. And I care about that type of stuff more, because the impact goes further than income. When you talk about what you spend your time here on earth chasing after. So it's impact for me.
I ain't gonna lie to you, man. And some people kind of got confused when you was going at like certain rappers like speaking your mind, but they don't know you had a song when you actually went at rappers like years way before that.
Yeah, J50 and Weezy. Yeah. When I wrote that song, I was so frustrated, bro, because I was a middle school teacher at the time in Baton Rouge, and I saw that all my students were impacted and influenced by their favorite rappers. It's funny because I think when I was in middle school, how much I was influenced by like the Hot Boys, right? So I remember in the Bling Bling video, BG had on Los Angeles Dodgers fitted cap, and it had the Chinese letters on the front, right? That was like the trend at the time. And I remember saving my money up, some little odds and ends jobs I got or whatever to get money, and just so I could go to the store and buy that same fitted cap that I saw BG had on in the Bling Bling video. I'm a product of hip hop. I am one of the people who was influenced by hip hop and wanted to be like my favorite rappers. I literally, out of my clique, we all was like a different Hot Boy, and because I'm tall and like light skinned, I was like BG, So I know how much these students are even more impacted by hip hop. So when I wrote the song J50 and Weezy, way back when, bro, that was like 15 years ago, 16 years ago, I wrote that song because I just wanted to ask them brothers, like, do y'all realize how influential y'all are to the youth? And they blindly follow behind whatever y'all make cool and whatever y'all make sound like it's popping. And so I wrote that song. And back then, That's before they came out with the word clout. You heard me? That's before they started calling
Yeah.
people clout chasers. So back then, it was just people saying I was a hater. You know what I mean? I'm a hater. I'm a hater. But there was a lot of people agreeing with me. And what I realized is, all right, bro, God got a calling on my life to where I'm called to say and do things that a lot of people want to say and a lot of people want to do, but they just don't have the strength or the platform to say it or
All
do
the
it.
courage.
Or the courage.
Because sometimes, people, you might run into them people you actually talking about.
Yeah, and it's starting to happen more and more because I guess I've been growing. I guess I've been growing to the point where my name and my reach is bigger now than it's ever been. So I am coming in contact with people who previously it would have been like, oh, I'm just gonna make a song and mention this person in the song, J50 and Weezy. But then I actually met Jay-Z, you know what I'm saying? But then I actually met 50 Cent, you know what I mean? So nowadays, bro, it's happening a lot. It definitely happened during Super Bowl. You was in the
That was
in the club.
you was like, man, hey, but me could get it. I said, and it, like just those situations, like, yeah, but that situation could have went anyway, like anywhere, like he could have been on some whole other time, and Phil and played you mentioning him, and y'all could have had a real fight, even though we in New Orleans, like I don't think nobody would have let you get jumped or nothing. But I'm just saying in general, like, but you still went over as a positive man by yourself and took a picture, and it was love.
Yeah, and had a conversation. That wasn't just a photo op. That was
Right.
more.
Yeah,
it
you
was
gotta
more.
explain more.
It was more important to have the conversation that we had man to man. And I love and respect Meek for
That's what the conversation was like.
for being open to that. It was about the back and forth that took place on the internet and just clearing that up and making sure that it wasn't no misunderstanding and there wasn't no beef there. And I'm gonna tell you, bro, like somebody like Meek Mill, dog, on a daily basis. This dude, if you just imagine waking up and on a daily basis you got people from all kind of angles on the internet trying to slander your name, right? This crowd calling you this artist coming at you saying this media person is saying this about you. Like, it actually, even for a person who is growing and maturing and doing well in life, that takes a lot of emotional intelligence and a lot of fortitude to be able to like stay focused on being positive. You know what I mean? Even if that's the direction you naturally growing in, it take a lot when people steady trying to pick you apart. So I also have a greater understanding for the fact that like some people go through stuff that I don't go through. You know what I mean? And I understand that because I also know that there's a place for all of us in hip hop. A lot of us, I just heard BG say like he loved this thing we call hip hop, you know what I mean? And that's powerful to hear because now there's hip hop, but there's another term that I came up with called hypocritical hop. And hypocritical hop is some whole other stuff to where we think that it's normal to be like, yeah, Sauce Walker just got shot. Yeah, his artist Say So just got killed. Yeah, Yella Beezy just got indicted for the Mo 3, murder stuff. Yeah, K Flock just got charged, sentenced with the RICO. He about to get 20 years. Like, whatever. Like, it's too much to keep up with, man. But all of that stuff that we hear it mentioned in the music, we hear people talk about selling drugs and murdering people and being beefed out and sliding on their ops. We hear that in the music, but when we actually see, wait, it's happening in real life. It's like, is that part of hip hop? Is that what hip hop was founded on? And it's like, nah, man, that's not the goal for hip hop. So that's hypocritical hop, man. And like you said, bro, I'm starting to get to that point to where God done blessed me with an amazingly big platform, very big platform. And it's like, what do I want to do with it? In hip hop, a lot of things are transactional. So people are trying to get something from you. They trying to get a feature from you. They trying to get an interview from you. Or you trying to get a feature from them. Or you trying to get an interview with them. Like, so much stuff is transactional. And sometimes it's mutually beneficial. But I've been praying intensely that God could elevate me to where hip hop was no longer a career for me. But at this point, it was just part of my overall life mission. It was to be in hip hop. And it hit different when it's no longer just a career for you. So God has elevated me and put me in a place now where like hip hop ain't a career. Like I'm not initially thinking, okay, what's the bag like for this or what's the bag like for that? And that predicates my moves. At this point, I'm in a position to where everything is mission driven. You know what I'm saying? Everything is. It's like, how can this make impact, the impact I'm trying to make? And some of the impact, people don't get it, bro. Like, people want to act like because I have been vocal about saying like, yo, we could do better as a culture, they act like I ain't supposed to affiliate with no other rappers unless it's gospel rappers or something like that.
I ain't gonna lie to you, like that's they just been at your video show. I'm like, man, I wonder what the people gonna like actually perceive. You know, you actually doing this with BG. You know, he's known for rapping what he rap about, and you know, you trying to rap about a different mission. So it'd be like, man, is he really like the conscious person he's saying he is? Cause you know,
me?
Yeah, you know, like sometimes people can like, man, dang, he's saying, you know, he don't, you know, he not respecting these rappers saying certain things, but he go do features with certain rappers that still saying these things.
You heard the song though?
I heard the song. I'm just saying in general, just for like you know how people like perceive stuff before they even hear it. I'm talking about just even hearing that, you know, you got a song with BG, like, man, Dee-1 got a song with BG.
Yeah.
But I'm like, when I hear it, I'm like, okay. But I get what you're trying to do, but I'm just saying in general. But you know, some people don't even listen or read the stuff,
correct,
and they just automatically judge.
There you go. Some people gonna judge a book by its cover, but that's why communication leads to unification.
Facts.
When we can truly communicate and get on the same page and understand one another's perspective and where we coming from, man, that's how we grow closer, and that's how we grow together. Because we realize that none of us ain't out here trying to die, man. None of us ain't out here trying to get murdered. None of us ain't out here waking up, and from the time we wake up in the morning, it's just like, man, I feel like catching a body today. Like, people not on that type of time from childhood, bro. It's a lot of conditions and a lot of social poisoning that makes this stuff seem normal to us, and that makes this stuff seem like, oh, it's an actual lifestyle that I'm choosing to be a part of, you know. So I know deep down when you get past all the layers of hurt, all the layers of trauma, people just want to live at peace, bro. People want to be able to take care of their loved ones and be out the way, bro. Like, I ain't met nobody who is real life, like, not trying to just be here and enjoy the fruits of their labor, because we work so hard, especially as black people. We work so hard just to get a little bit of change or to get a platform or something. You don't want to just throw that away, man. So yeah, you know, brother, I'm extremely thankful for my relationship with BG, because it's an unexpected relationship. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know BG before he went to jail. I'm younger than him. You know, I wasn't really into rapping full-fledged since I was a kid, so it ain't like we grew up together or something. And we formed an amazing relationship, and I got so much respect for him because I feel like I know Christopher Dorsey and I know his heart, you know, and his heart is golden. He's one of the most selfless people that I've ever met, and he's carrying around a good aura, like a good energy around him, to the point where, like, I know that God honors that type of stuff, you know what I mean? So the fact that we've been able to connect and link up and now do music, you know, it's just something to where it can't help but pop off. It can't help but be amazing, because you got two people that's coming into it with like pure motives and who dope. You know what I'm saying? Like, that boy BG, when I heard his verse on my song, I was like, dang, he ain't just give me something recycled. Like, this is tailor made, and you know, I just pray that anything I do, it come from an authentic place, man. So I was on tour when I did that song, and I was in Omaha, Nebraska. But I had just linked with Jizzle and just met with him for the first time. We had an off day on tour, and I was so inspired by the time we spent together and by the conversations we had, and just by, like, man, like this literally just remind me of one of my partners I grew up with. You know what I mean? And I think that's why the song came out so dope, because it was based on real inspiration from, like, real time spent. You know how many people nowadays, they don't know each other, but they just look online and they just see how many Instagram followers somebody got, and they be like, oh, I need to do a song with him because of his following.
Yeah, they're trying to benefit immediately.
It's transactional, you know what I'm saying?
And like, that's why I want to give you flowers. And also say, man, thank you for being a real one. because you started with Nolazine from the bottom. Like, you've been on Breakfast Club, Sway and all that. You did an interview with Nolazine on a stairway at the Aloft Hotel around the corner from where we at now. And you know, but look at me now, you know. Every got to catch 2 elevators to get to me.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't grow too, you know, but I'm just saying in general, you didn't have to do these things. Like, you,
Yeah.
like you can't give me an interview. Hey, but when I barely could like speak, like I was stuttering horrible. Like, I've got better as an interviewer,
Man.
like off the thing. So I'm like, I want to thank you for just coming back and even like blessing me with interview.
Yeah, brother. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Like you said, I saw your vision from the beginning, and it was something to where I'm like, why not pour into it? You know, why not pour into it? This man is genuine. This man, a lot of people, bro, they don't, you know, they don't really embrace the angle I'm coming from. They find something wrong with me, and you found something right with me. You know what I mean? So people expect me to be isolated and just apart from the rest of what's going on in hip hop. And my thing is like, no, like I actually want to interact with people to where they can see, like, man, this man got a pure heart. This man got great energy, and he just got a mission that he's not willing to compromise about. And anybody who get to know me, they'll know that, like, man, D just trying to make this world a better place by the time he leave here, and that's what we should all be doing. So, yeah, so I saw that in you because there's a lot of people who do reach out, and you can't possibly say yes to everybody, you know, but clearly I said yes back then, and stuff has changed. I think that was 7 years ago that we did that.
Very long
that was
time.
2018. So much has changed, bro. Dog, it's humbling, dog. When you say Breakfast Club, you know, I was about to cry on the people's show, man, when they actually said action and started recording, like, it just hit me. You know, D, it just hit me. I was like, boy, I'm really here. And this wasn't no, I ain't had to pay to get up here. This wasn't no, oh, this person hooked it up, da-da-da. I'm like, man, dog, like, I'm here, like, by the grace of God, you know, and me just being who I have been and staying on that same mission. But I'm here. Like, that was one of the moments. That's probably the last time that I felt like, oh, I had something on my bucket list in hip-hop. And I think after that, I think I just felt a sense of freedom to where it's like, man, I didn't accomplished all the stuff I wanted to in hip-hop and more at this point. You know, I never thought I'd be in the type of position I'm in. So that's why when somebody called me a D-1, you a clout chaser, I just be like, I like, for real, that's what you think? D-1, you just doing this for the money. For real? Or you think that's what you think? You think I'm hurting? Okay. D-1, you just, and I'm able to just smile it off, man, because at this point, this is all borrowed time, and this is all just, this is me not having no pressure on me. Like, I don't have no pressure. Yeah,
but I don't think you do it for the money. But like, you can be one of those people that even if you had 10 million, you wouldn't show it. Like, you could still ride in a Prius.
Yeah, actually, it'll be a Honda Accord.
Yeah, like you just give me like a person like, I'm not about to show I got money. I'm about to just and like you give me a person that you will use your money to like help with stuff.
Yeah,
like, you know, like people just don't. Like, everyone just don't have that in them. Like, you give me, like kind of like what a J. Cole would be like. You know, you still want that humbling experience. Like, everyone want to be famous, but everybody don't want the famous lifestyle. Like, you really can't go nowhere when everyone know you. And just it's a whole different type of lifestyle.
So I'm in the perfect position right now to where I could ride around in a Honda Accord and people don't look at it like, man, that boy D1 fell off. He in a Honda Accord, right?
Right.
I could ride my electric scooter, you heard me, downtown on Canal Street, whoop-de-woo, something like that. People see me, and they just show love. And if somebody want to come up to me, it's to dap me off, give me a hug, pull their car over, and just show love. Like, that's perfect to be like that, because I do still have to be able to have a normal lifestyle, man, because the human experience, that's what allows us to be inspired to want to go create art. So I got to still be able to live life, you know.
Hey, but that's the greatest experience, though.
Huh?
Like, but that's the greatest experience. I just told somebody, like, man, probably besides Currency, I ain't really know too many people that could just be them. Like, just walk, like, you know, ride around up Canal and just, you know, not worrying about, like, they're not even thinking a person is trying to get me. Like how you used to say, you know, you could ride up Canal and people just showing you love. Like, it was not too many rappers that, you know, could just maneuver in these city and not know.
Yeah.
You don't need security. Like, to this day, I never seen you with security.
Security, man.
Yeah,
You see
God
my,
is security.
You see my security. Yeah, my
God.
security is absolutely God. You know,
Yeah.
God is my bodyguard, straight
Right.
up. And you seen me. I mean, you seen it. Yeah, bro. You didn't seen it.
I've seen you airport everywhere. Like I never seen
Yeah.
Dee-1 with security.
Yeah, if I get to that point to where I feel like I need security, then I got to reassess the energy I'm putting out there into the world, because I'm probably putting some bad energy out there to where I feel the need to protect myself, right? And that's my thoughts on
So I
security.
got a great question for you. You know, they always say hip hop and rap is dangerous, but I don't think hip hop and rap is dangerous. I think about what, like, if the things that you rap about, it would make your lifestyle dangerous. So I want you to chime in on it.
Yeah, there you go. Like, inherently, hip hop is not something that is dangerous or life threatening at all, at all. But when people infuse certain topics into hip hop and infuse certain negative, toxic, violent mindsets into hip hop, and then they make that part of the music, and then they want to live a lifestyle to back the music up, of course it become dangerous. But that's why I drew a line and said that ain't hip hop. That's hypocritical hop, because it's extremely hypocritical. It's not what people want. Like, people will go and make a song to where on the song they glorify killing a bunch of people, and they sliding on their ops, and then they'll get out the booth and they want to go home to a nice peaceful bed, to a gated community. They don't want none of them problems in real life. It's hypocritical. You feel me? Most times when rappers have been killed, and you go back and listen to their music that they put out while they were alive, a lot of the energy and the themes in their music was glorifying murder. It was glorifying darkness. It was glorifying evil. It was glorifying a lot of negativity. You look at that correlation. I'm not saying every time, but let's say 9 out of every 10 times, right? That's the case. Shouldn't we at some point say, wait, maybe there's real power in these words?
Power in the tongue.
There's power in the tongue. And then you ask most rappers, do they believe in God or not? And 9 out of 10 are going to tell you yes. So cool. If you look in the Bible at Proverbs 18 and 21, it says that life and death reside with the power of the tongue. So literally, it's telling us clear as day that what we say, what we choose to speak out loud, has life and death implications to it.
Right.
What we gonna do with them facts, man? Like, that's my thing, is we put facts out there, and then it's like, what we gonna do with it, you know? So somebody who I'm praying he come back around, because he didn't just really he didn't veered off into something different, is a brother like Charleston White, right? You could tell Charleston White got a good heart deep down at the core to want to help the community, but I think he's gotten caught up into just wanting to be an entertainer. And now when you want to be an entertainer, you realize that people are entertained by ratchetness and negativity. People are entertained by violence. People are entertained by toxicity. So if you focused on being an entertainer more than an activist or more than a man of God, then you're going to find yourself saying and doing things that the activist in you or the man of God in you would have never done. And that's something, I think we seeing that, play out publicly. So that's somebody who I'm praying for, because it's never too late for somebody to come back around. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Yeah.
So I'm glad, but we got that out the way. So I want to talk about your new joint, like Gangsta. Like you are redefining the word,
Yeah.
So I want you to kind of chime in on that.
Yeah, so to everybody who doesn't know, the first gangster rap song came out in 1985. So that was 40 years ago. So I figured gangster rap, as we know it, had a 40-year run. And what did it produce for us? We got a lot of dead bodies. We got a lot of kids who were raised and being misled to thinking that all that gangster activity was cool and it was something that was glorified and glamorized. So we got a lot of broken households because the men got locked up or they got killed. We got a lot of messed up communities, right? So gangster rap had a 40-year run as we know it. So then I just came through and I did the most gangster thing possible, and I just took that word from them. And I said, all right, I got it now, and we're going to redefine it. And now gangster stands for growing and nurturing gifts, serving the Almighty. That's gangster. If that's what you're doing, if you're growing as a person, if you're nurturing your gifts and using them to serve the Almighty, then that's gangster, you heard me? And that's what we doing. And we redefining it and we showing examples of what's gangster. So that's my new single out right now. Ooh, that thing cold too. That thing fire. Like,
Ever you want to tell people how it go?
yeah, so I say, they don't like me, but they know they can't deny me. Man, I'm a real gangster, and you know right where to find me. Gangsta, do not try me. Growing and nurturing gifts, serving the Almighty. Woo! Excuse me, but I gotta let the Most High use me, cause God working on me, but He also working through me. They usually asking me why I'm not in the streets. No, I ain't anti-social, I'm protecting my peace. Grew up in the East with the least, but we survived it too. And you calling boys your brothers, but which one's gonna ride for you? Ain't no G code no more. Boy, the streets done lied to you. That's why I be in my bag, but I be in my Bible too. And I can't lie to you. I'm so proud of you. If you take what's deep inside of you and allow it to rain. Charlemagne said, Dee-1, you necessary, brother. Well, I'm the son of God, so it's hereditary, brother.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just like that.
Yeah, straight like
And
that.
like, shout out Charlemagne, man, because like a lot of people, like it was kind of like a Charleston White. Like, but at first people didn't, kind of get how Charleston. About I'm like Charlemagne was moving, but he was moving with his own purpose as well.
Yeah, well, I think what happened with Charlemagne was I think we watched Charlemagne mature and grow and evolve right in front of our face. You know what I mean? Like, because he's been a public figure for so long, people saw one version of him when the Breakfast Club first came out. That man has literally grown and evolved right in front of everybody's face. So that's why we can't give up on people. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the goal, is to not give up on people, because we've seen examples of this. My only issue with hip hop is a lot of the rappers get comfortable being the same version of who they were 30 years ago. So if you at 50 years old are the same person that you were at 20 years old, and you putting out the same type of negative message and you haven't evolved, then you just wasted 30 years of your life. You know what I mean? And that's why I came up with this term, and I say there's a difference between OGs and DGs. You heard me? A DG, you know what a DG is?
I don't want to think. I was thinking about something negative when you asked me
A
that.
DG is a disappointing grown-up.
Okay.
That's what a DG is, you heard me? Because you got OGs, and OGs, they're to be saluted, and that's people that we look at like, dang, they literally showing us the right path to be able to go down and to learn from them. But DGs, man, like, just because you old don't mean you are OG. You got this whole other category of people that's DGs, and we see them in hip-hop culture. We see a lot of older rappers who are DGs at this point, I'm
glad you spoke on that, because a lot of people are not OGs, and they really think they are.
They're not OGs,
You
dog.
just been outside a long time.
Yeah, you're just old. You're just old, but you're not an OG. You're a disappointing grown-up. And when somebody tells them that, of course, and for me,
That's the first time I heard that, but that is very true.
Yeah, bro, I got a song called OGs versus DGs that's about to drop too. So I lay it down in that song, and they're gonna get their feelings hurt. But
They're not gonna own up to it. Nobody's not gonna say I'm a disagree.
Nobody gonna say I'm a disappointing grown-up. Nobody. But
I'm listening.
if the shoe fits,
You gotta
wear it. And guess what? A hit dog is gonna what?
Holla.
Holla, you heard me? So that being said, bro, I'm not even to the point to where I feel like people gotta own up to stuff, man. Like, we all got a conscience, dog. And deep down, people just don't want to be embarrassed publicly. That's all it really boiled down to, bro. A lot of people be doing self-reflection, man. Like, people waking up in the morning and they having to go brush their teeth because their breath stink. They having to put their clothes on. I'm saying, they having to go through, that we all go through as human beings. And at some point, people are self-reflecting, bro. And some people are like, dang, you know what, D? They got a lot of people in hip-hop who want to change. They just don't know how to change. Therefore, they don't think it's possible. Literally, they got a lot of people who feel
that's like life as well.
They feel trapped right now in life. That's real.
It's like something small, like I'm pretty sure you can relate to. Before Hurricane Katrina, like a good 85 to 90% of people never left out of New Orleans. They never seen the other part of the world.
Correct.
Matter of fact, some people never even went on the West Bank.
Correct.
So
Correct.
it shows you like a lot of people really don't care for growing.
And you just get stuck in your ways, and that become normal to you. That's exactly right, bro. So I see that happening in hip hop, and the reason why I'm so passionate about hip hop is because Hip hop is the most powerful voice that the black community has.
Correct.
Name me something more powerful.
Yeah, but there's nothing.
There's nothing in the world that's a more powerful voice for the black community than hip hop right now.
Like, it be like, I know white people that don't even like black people, but they love hip hop.
Psh,
Like, would never speak to. Like, I got a neighbor across the street. Never spoke to us in 3 years. Brand new subdivision. But if you guess what, on a Friday night you can hear him playing Snoop Dogg and everybody in the garage. I'm like, this is crazy.
There you go. So if hip hop is that powerful of a voice for our community, that's why we need to be passionate about what is that voice resonating? What is that voice pushing out there as a message, right? And from the top down, because now we can sit here and talk about the rappers that's in their teens and their 20s, but they all got rappers in their 40s and 50s that they look up to and that they listen to growing up. So if we got the rappers in their 40s and their 50s, they're still trying to fit in with the teenagers and the ones in their 20s, and if they still pushing a negative message out there, that's what muddies the waters to where now people don't even feel like growing and evolving is like something that they are striving for. That's the issue, bro. When people don't even feel like growing and evolving is something that they are striving for, man, we get stuck in a hip hop traffic jam, bro, a evolutionary traffic jam. And I think that's where we are as a culture. And we just got to break out of it. So we got to redefine stuff. And we got to have some hard conversations. I don't think I'm afraid to have them hard conversations in hip hop, but people want to instantly try to make it seem like I'm a hater or they get mad at me. You know, like, yeah, like some people online, they say, this is just our culture. Won't you shut up and leave it alone? This is just our culture. People get shot, you know, rappers get killed, rappers catching charges, da-da-da. Lil kids, 3 years old, rapping King Von, word for word, you know, pointing guns at the camera. Like, this is just our culture. When we've given up and just said, that's just us. That's just us. And if you got a problem with that, then you not one of us. That's dangerous.
I think hip-hop needs their own, union. Like, you know, like an NBA Players Association. And I think you should be at the table. Mm-hmm. Like, because, like, I think a lot of people are getting, you know, need to hear stuff like that from you. Mm-hmm. And also, I think, you know, people need to advocate actually, like, getting these older people paid. All kind of stuff needs to happen in hip-hop. Like, you know, like, even, like, you know, but I'm pretty sure it's, like, people that, you know, and people who probably, started hip-hop probably feel the same way as you. Like, dang, I didn't think hip-hop was going to lead to this.
Exactly. Because,
you know, it started a whole different way.
Exactly.
Gangsta rap came out of nowhere. And, like, I'm pretty sure, but their intentions, like, was never to see, they never to hear gangsta rap.
They probably didn't realize it. Because when they were making gangsta rap, first of all, they wasn't living like that. Most of them wasn't living like that. NWA, most of them wasn't living like that. There wasn't no real gangsters, man. You know what I'm saying? For the most part. So that being said, they were also in their teens and their 20s. So I understand, bro, your brain is still forming at that age. But they had OGs back then who could have told them better and said, whoa, hold on, brother. If you're going to be saying this on these tapes and these albums that's getting put out, look how this going to impact the community, because now the community going to think that gangster lifestyle is cool. They didn't have nobody, obviously, who were telling them that, who they listened to. So at some point, bro, we can't be afraid to be adults.
It's a conversation I kind of have, like you be having, but people hate when I have this conversation. But I be like, most people who actually not one like real Tupac fan will probably never understand this. But I be like, Tupac wasn't always a gangster rapper. Like people under my generation, be like, man, what you talking about? I'm like, this dude was like all around the world the same song, Tupac.
Yeah.
Like he wasn't like I think I saw personally, for my knowledge, he turned thug life after Juice movie, and he kind of says that, you know, like people around him say he took that role to like real life after that. So I don't know for sure, you know, I don't know Tupac or none of that, but I'm saying like I saw the Tupac before Juice movie, and he didn't do that.
Yeah.
So, you know, like kind of how you said, like, you know, people are like, you know, gangster rap, the dudes weren't really gangsters. But you know how many people Tupac influenced to get thug life across their body, and just to feel like, guess what? Like people only saw the bad of Tupac. They didn't like speak on the positive things he was doing for the community.
Correct.
Like a lot of people didn't even, like, if you don't do real research, you didn't know he come from under the, you know, the Black Panthers.
Yeah. People. Because that side isn't more, bro. I could put out.
It ain't broadcast.
There you go. I could put out a post that's something super positive, super uplifting, and it's not gonna get as much engagement as a post where it's like, oh, Dee-1 calling this person out or calling this out, da 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 da. And you gotta realize that, but you also, as an artist and as a creator, you can't be a slave to that engagement online. Because if you're a slave to that engagement online, you're going to be like, man, I'm going against all my morals, values, and principles just because I know the algorithm going to love it. And that's not what we need, bro. We don't need that. So we need people who got, some type of code that they willing to follow, bro. And if we're going to be in hip-hop, imagine hip-hop just being like a cafeteria, right? If it's a cafeteria, you got people sitting at different tables in the cafeteria. And if we all in this cafeteria together, what do we ultimately want to do? Do we want to be at war with each other and have it to where, look, ain't no rules in this thing, we all beefed out, but we all still in this cafeteria together? Or do we want to say, man, there's a way that we can all coexist in this cafeteria to where we're going to get healthy food from this cafeteria, to where we're going to have enough time to eat in this cafeteria, to where there's respect amongst all the different tables in this cafeteria, and to where ultimately we can make this cafeteria somewhere where we can all coexist that's going to be more beneficial for all of us in the end. That's the goal, bro. That's the goal. If we don't have any type of structure to say, like, come on, bro, this is not healthy for hip-hop as a whole, if we don't have any of that, or everybody afraid to speak up about what we need to get rid of, then eventually it's just going to be chaos. It's going to be chaos because it's going to be like a rapper just got killed. Everybody's saying R.I.P., we so sad. But why do we cry? Let me say that again. Why do we cry when rappers die, but we love when they glorify murder when they're alive? They die. R.I.P. Man, that's messed up, man. We need a change, man. I can't believe this. But when they're alive, that same rapper glorifying murder, and we jamming to it. We like, oh, man, put that on repeat. Man, turn that up, man. Turn that louder. You hear me? Right. That's hypocritical hop.
Gotcha.
That ain't hip-hop.
And so what's next for you?
Yeah, what's next for me is my new album, and the album is called Hypocritical Hop. So that's coming out in June, but before that, I got my single with BG, My Enemies, dropping in mid-April. And that song right there, man, that's the type of collaboration that's going to change the game in hip-hop, because people don't think that something like that is supposed to be able to happen, you know? And when
people not expecting it.
No, they're not expecting that, man.
But that's like if you just pop up with a song, NBA Youngboy, and people not expecting it.
Right. So we got the new single, My Enemies, dropping. We just shot the music video. You heard me? Shout out to Jizzle for that. After that, man, I got some more unexpected songs and collaborations on deck.
They coming.
Yeah. They coming, man. Like God done just gave me a vision for what to do with this season of my life, bro. And I started something called the Platinum Pledge, D. And I'm getting as many people as possible to sign this. It's on my website, DEE1music.com, right? And the Platinum Pledge just says that we are to a point in hip-hop where we no longer want to create, support, or promote music that's glorifying murder, drug dealing, disrespecting women, sexual irresponsibility, and drug use. You heard me? Keep in mind, I said we no longer want to glorify those things. Right. Are we going to talk about those things? I believe that some people are still going to need to rap about them things.
We need to stop glorifying it.
There you go.
It's the same thing, maybe like with the media, how they like put stuff out, like maybe they give you certain information, like you glorifying it.
There you go.
Like, but if everybody stopped posting it, maybe no one would know about it.
There you go.
Oh yeah, I fully get what you're saying.
There you go. So it's a difference between narration and glorification, bro. Like I said, look at somebody like BG. BG has gone through a lot of life experiences that I have not gone through. So therefore, BG is qualified to speak on a lot of things that I'm probably not even qualified to speak on, because he's narrating what he's literally seen and been a part of, right? I respect people who can do that type of stuff and narrate that stuff, because there's certain youngins that's coming up that's going to relate more to his story than my story. Thanks. And you got to respect that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to respect that. So there's people who are wanting to glorify it, knowing better, knowing like, dang, this a dead end for anybody who go live this lifestyle, but I'm still gonna glorify it because I think that this was gonna pop off and get me the most streams. There's artists like that out there, and it's hard for me to respect them when they practicing willful ignorance. Like, it's intentional ignorance. Like, you literally know better. Like, that stuff crazy, bro. Premeditated ignorance. You know what I'm saying? Don't you get more jail time for premeditated murder?
Yeah.
Than a crime of passion that just happened in a moment? You get more time for premeditated murder. Well, then you should get more punishment for premeditated ignorance. You know what I mean? More scolding for premeditated ignorance. And that's what a lot of people are doing. They waking up in a gated community. They dropping their kids off at private school, right? They driving a super fancy car and they secure financially. They not nowhere near the hood. But then they go get into the recording studio and they go tap back into, I'm in these trenches. I'm about to murk you. I'm paying my young boy 10 bad bands to go, drop this on your head and kill you, da-da-da. And they want to put all this negativity and start all this hostility. And
it be like, you don't even live like that no more.
You don't, bro. Not only do you not live like that no more, your kids don't even
Your kids
live
never
like
experienced
that.
it.
Your kids ain't never experienced it. But you'll say that to poison somebody else.
I just saw something before I came interview you. I saw a dude like going back and forth with what the rapper name? About Lil Baby son. And he was like, man, but your whole life you've been rich. And he told him, you don't know how my life was when I was 1 and 2. He said, but you 8, 9 right now. You never had a tuna fish sandwich. You eat seafood every day. And it was just funny, these rapper kids really don't have a clue.
Yeah. What their parents went through.
Like, man, you actually wearing designer clothes.
Yeah, but let me interrupt. All right.
Okay.
A lot of black kids nowadays have been made to feel that they're not authentically black if they can't relate to the hood experience. Right. Because a lot of the music that they hear is glorifying and glamorizing the hood so much that it make it to where it's like, dang, if I ain't in the hood or if I ain't hood adjacent, I'm not real. Like I'm a black white person. You know what I'm saying? I'm like an Oreo. Like I'm black. I got melanin, but dang, I'm really not real black. Like I'm really one of them black white people. That's how a lot of these kids feel, and I know because I'm a college professor. So I see a lot of my black college students who legit didn't grow up nowhere near the trenches, but who feel like, man, I gotta be on this campus bumping Dirk, bumping Young Boy, bumping drill rap, bumping all that type of stuff, just so that I could feel some sort of a connection to the streets, because that validates my blackness. This is black people feeling like this, bro. And
that's crazy to think about that. I didn't even think about that. Like, people trying to validate, if the other side, cause like, it's a whole lot of mixed kids out here right now. And like, just imagine you, I saw stories that like a lot of these kids feel like if they don't fit in.
They absolutely feel like that. And what matters more to you when you're a child than fitting in? Nothing matters more,
imagine,
bro.
Like I couldn't imagine going to like both side parents and going like just one weekend I'm but I'm with my white family. The next week I'm with my hood cousin black family. And the thing like I kind of get how Drake like how people just don't really get how Drake was maneuvering, how he was maneuvering, but you gotta think about it. He's not from America.
He's seeing two totally different
lifestyles. He's from Toronto, and out of everywhere in America, he got to come to Memphis for the summer.
Right,
that's a culture shock.
Right,
like out of this world.
Things. Yeah. But oftentimes it's people who got a chip on their shoulder to prove that they really are that.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about Drake,
right.
But it's people in life who, when they feel a chip on their shoulder to prove that, no, I'm going to show y'all I'm really that, or I'm really this, or I'm really him.
They go try.
Those people are going to be the quickest to go flash out and do something crazy.
Facts.
Because they got a chip on their shoulder. They're like, no, I got to show y'all I really am that, because that chip on their shoulder come from an insecurity in their spirit. And that's a big thing that we see in hip-hop right now, bro. It's so many rappers who know, man, this ain't really my story. My story is based on some real street dudes who was living like this. So now that I've been saying this on record, I got to be extra quick to do things out there that's going to show people, no, maybe he really is cut from that street cloth. And there's a lot of people who, they doing this, bro, and it ain't doing nothing but harming them and harming their fan base, bro. Do we really care about our fans as rappers? That would be my question and my challenge for rappers. If we really care about our fans, then what reaches our fans the most? It's not our turkeys. It's not our toy drives. It's not our one day out the year we gonna give back to the community and give coats out. It's not none of that. It's our music. That's what reaches our fans the most. So if we truly care about our fans, then we would be intentional about how we crafting our music and what messages we putting in there. Because that's feeding them round the clock, nonstop. If we don't care about our fans, then say that. And a lot of rappers, that's the reality, bro. They don't care about their fans, man. You ain't nothing but
They care about music.
a source of income for that
They
rapper.
care about their money.
Yeah.
They care about the lifestyle.
The rapper don't care about the actual fan. Most rappers are disrespectful towards their fans, bro. Most rappers are literally disrespectful towards their fans.
Not taking pictures,
they're not trying to take pictures. They're not trying to do none of that. But at the end of the day, even if they're doing that type of stuff, it's performative. How many rappers are praying for their fans? How many rappers are truly sitting here saying, God, you entrust, bro, every time I get on Instagram, I got 729,000 people who follow me. Imagine that's like my congregation. And I got the ability to pour into them every time I put a piece of content out or a new song out. Dog, that's something to where I'm like, God, please bless me to not lead them in the wrong direction. Because there's a greater punishment for leaders who lead their followers in the wrong direction. It says that in the Bible.
Yeah, a lot of people don't actually. A lot of people actually, I mean, don't know that, especially if they never went to church. Like, you gotta think about, like it's kind of like, but God forgive those who don't know no better. Because, like, a lot of people really just don't know no better. Like, like a lot of people are right now, like, bloggers, rappers. A lot of people are spreading a lot of wrong information.
Yes.
And,
Yes.
like, people not really realizing it.
And the path to hell is paved in gold and platinum, bro. So
Right.
so when they think I did something right because I just got certified gold. I did something right. I just got certified platinum. You don't realize, man, that's what
You gonna burn with that plate.
That's what that platinum gonna burn. What the Hot Boys' third album was? Let them burn. You know what I mean? Straight up. Dog, listen, bro. A lot of rappers are going to hell, man. A lot of our favorite rappers who we see as legends inside the culture. Man, people going to hell, man. Like, people literally out here spending their whole entire existence glorifying evil and negativity. And they don't realize it.
And I think that's why people believe in, like Illuminati.
Okay.
Because they feel like, these people are selling their soul to have this on earth.
Man, Illuminati not real.
Yeah,
man.
I'm just saying, but it's always the myth.
So listen, it's not like Illuminati calls themselves the Illuminati. When I say Illuminati not real, I just mean they definitely got people that's out here like, look, we will pay you to go ahead on and glorify a certain type of message because we know you're influential. They definitely got people like that. People have come at me like that, you know what I mean? But it's not something to where when people are selling their soul, all that means is that they are prostituting their integrity for money. That's all that means. They're not literally selling their soul. And because we got to be careful with our words. Some people who watch this, they'll literally think, like, what is it like to sell your soul? Like how they think your soul is actually being, like, purchased. No, all it is money, bro. It's just a green piece of paper, dog, that people are saying, dang, for that, I'm willing to do whatever you want. Ain't that just being a hip-hop prostitute?
Yeah.
We got a lot of hip-hop prostitutes, man.
It's more than hip-hop. It's blogger prostitutes, entertainment prostitutes.
We got blogger.
Industry prostitutes, all kind of prostitutes out there.
Yeah. So, yes, entertainment prostitutes. And that's why
I just told somebody yesterday, I said, man, right now, I could be the biggest media company in the South because I know it, I understand it. If I go post nothing but ignorance.
You get the formula.
Yeah, I could easily, like I just had BG, I could have asked them certain stuff that I know I can make it clickbait.
Right.
But like just my morals and my integrity, I don't move like that.
So do you know that you're going to be blessed for that?
Yeah.
I hope you genuinely know that, dog. Because knowing that you're going to be blessed for it don't mean you're going to get blessed today for it.
Yeah, but I might not get blessed next year, but I might not be blessed.
Okay, I'm so glad you know that because, dog, you can't lose that. Because then we need people who, when people ask you, man, I know you're doing you know how we talking to New Orleans. I know you're doing your little Nolazine thing. You heard me. I see you. But your boy over here, man, that dude done blew up. Man, maybe you should do what he doing. And you know he ain't got no morals. He ain't got.
People always tell me, I'm like, man, you should be doing this. And it's like even messing up relationships. Like, just say I interview today and make it seem like Dee-1 said all the rappers are really with Illuminati. They don't believe Illuminati. Like just word it bad and like you be like, dang, I ain't say that. And like, hey, but I ruined a relationship with you, and you like, man, I'm not gonna mess with him no more. Man. It's like all kind of that stuff happens. So I'm like, I'm not even willing to lose relationships over no dumb stuff like that.
Say, brother, I really like, even I'm kind of far away. Give me like an air pound, dog.
That's
I
good,
need like
man.
a dab. And you know why? Because when I called you before I came over here, what I said, hey, man, don't have this be on no foolishness. You know what I'm saying? And what I meant was, D, like, it's funny that you say that, dog. I've experienced that a lot lately to where I do an interview with people, and then afterwards I look at that headline that they write or the title of the interview or something, and bro, it's totally just clickbait, and it's making me look bad. It's making me look like I got beef with somebody, or like I was talking reckless about somebody in this interview, and then people gonna click on the interview and watch it and be like, he ain't said nothing reckless about this. Like where's the part that y'all drew us in with?
Hey, but the game changed so bad. You could take a 20-second clip and make it look like a whole lot.
Gotcha.
Like, and your average person not going to watch the interview.
They're not.
Everybody going to be sharing this 20-second clip that's going to get back to this person.
Yeah.
Like, like the internet is real.
Yeah.
The power of the internet is like, people don't go watch the full interview I see.
No, sir.
Like, if I just got you, like I could use damn near AI and make you say something crazy about another person.
Yeah.
And like, you still got to answer for it.
Yeah.
So like people don't realize, like, hey, but it's cool going on all these blogs and podcasts, but you got to know these people's intentions.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
and like my intention, I'm not a real podcast. I'm not a real blog. I am a media company. I'm trying to be what the source was. I'm trying to make people feel like when you come to New Orleans, you got to come see Nolazine.
Yeah.
Like, other people are trying to get rich.
There you go.
They're trying to get rich. So like, they are blogging podcast prostitution. The same way how dudes are going to these labels, and labels say, man, as long as you rap about this, we gonna keep giving you advances.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, bro. And the people that's prostitutes for the profit, if you're a prostitute, like if you're a prostitute for profit, all that means is that you need to be identified and you need to be escorted over to what we call hypocritical hop. Because once again, when we are allowed to coexist with each other, it muddies the waters, because it could be the prostitute for profit that's the most popular person in the scene. And if that's the most popular blogger in the scene, or the most popular podcast or artist, it makes fans look and be like, well, I see all of y'all doing y'all little thing, but that person popping off. So maybe that's what I need to be more like drawn to. And all that person gonna do is funnel you in with negative content and more negative rhetoric. And that's the problem, bro. So that's why I go so hard, bro. That's why I gotta work hard. I heard BG mention that he got like 17 albums out. You know what I'm saying? I got 13 albums out. Like, I'm inspired by people's work ethic, bro. Because I realize the devil don't take a day off. So a man of God can't take a day off either. You feel me? Like,
I can't take a second off. Like, I always think that someone actually wants my spot, and someone wants to take my spot, or someone don't want me in the spot at all. Some people won't take you out completely, so you gotta you gotta go hard while you're.
Yeah, bro. So that's it, man. It's a method to the madness, bro. With everything that I'm doing. If you ever see me, I give you permission, brother. If you was to ever see me out here, and it seemed like, dang, D turning into somebody that I don't know him to be. You know what I'm saying? It would be like, bro, like, hit me up and kind of check on me, because...
I'm that type of, like, I'm not the person go on the internet and be like, man, Dee-1 tripping. I'm going to call Dee-1 because I got Dee-1 number.
Yeah.
But a lot of people, like, the game's changed so much, people would rather go on the internet, man, Dee-1 out here tripping just to try to get some clout off of you.
Yeah.
That's why I say my whole morals and things is totally different what most people are doing.
Yeah, brother. So, I think one of the most unexpected collaborations in New Orleans history is Dee-1 and BG. And I love that for our city.
And I'm going to make sure, but I drop a Nolazine article on that too.
Oh, yeah, you got to drop an article on...
Because I was actually there.
Gotta drop an article on the music video when it drop, and on the single, man. My Enemies. Like, this the type of collaboration that show people.
Matter of fact, after this interview done, I need you to send me that picture. I'm going to drop, behind the scenes, today on Nolazine.
Word. Believe that.
Make that happen.
Believe that. So, there it is, brother. Yeah, I'm just I'm just motivated. I'm amped up, dog. Cause I don't know what God finna do with me next. You know what I'm saying? I'm here for the journey. That's all. None of this ain't scripted. This is just all me being willing to say, I surrender, God. Like, just use me.
Gotcha. And also, last but not least, tell the world what can they find you at on social media and everywhere else.
Yes, indeed. Social media, follow me on all platforms. Dee-1 Music, DEE, the number 1 music. You heard me? Make sure y'all hit my website, get all my merch. We just dropped a new Gangsta merch line. You heard me? Growing and nurturing gifts, serving the Almighty. That's on my merch website, missionvisionlifestyle.com. Also, my children's book, David Found His Slingshot. My hip hop children's book, it's on missionvisionlifestyle.com as well. And all my music on the streaming platforms. Just search Dee-1, DEE dash the number 1. My new single Gangsta out right now.
Gotcha. And guess when but you know, I'm gonna try to get him back as soon as he drop, you know, his album and his feature for because you know I was supposed to put him on the wall, but that's why I want it right. I'm gonna get him the right picture, make him look good on the wall behind y'all. Yeah. And guess what? He gonna come back and sign it.
Believe that.
On Nolazine. All right, we done.
Love. Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's a lot of.
If you